let's get the event started. We're starting with drone team, and yeah, let's head it off.
Hello everyone, we are Cas, Stijn over there, and I'm Yasmin, and we're the drone team. Imagine you are buying a house. You're looking on Funda and you see all 2D pictures. It's very nice, you picked a few houses that you like and you go have research on them. But of course you want to see the surroundings because maybe it's on an industrial platform or it's near a forest. So you go look at Google Maps. Google Maps, however, doesn't really give you a clear overview because it's only 2D satellite images and you don't go have a close look. Then you go to Google Street View. Who here ever has used Google Street View? Do you ever have the problem that you have to click 1,000,000 times before you have a preview of something? And if you have the preview, it's a very limited one. So you never get a clear overview. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to meet these 2 points in the middle. We want to make drone videos of houses. What's nice about this is that it gives you a clear overview because you look at it from the air. But you also and you don't have to click 1,000,000 times. Why has this not been done? Well, there are companies who do this, but it's very expensive, it's not quick, and it's not flexible. It's nowadays only used for luxury villas. But why don't use it for normal houses? Because it's not that difficult making a drone video. So we'll give you a new perspective, a higher one.
Yeah, so how is Drone Team going to accomplish this? We are going to work with young drone pilots who already own a drone and who bought that as a hobby. I myself did that, I think, 3 years ago, and I have 3 years of freelance experience in this area. But I always thought we could make a company out of this because it's quite easy and it's very effective. Because the real estate agencies, they get a way to please their customer, to get a better housing presentation, and therefore get more listings. And that's very important for real estate agencies. Also, the young drone pilots, what's in it for them? Well, they already bought a drone, they like to fly it, but they want to make money with it. And we did the calculations, and a drone pilot can make 50 euros for half an hour of work. And that's quite a lot.
Yes, so why now? Why now start this company? Well, before it was very hard to fly drones commercially. People did it for recreational purposes, people did it for fun. You could buy a drone for 300 euros and you could fly with it. Nice. But if you wanted to make money out of it, you had to get a license, which is very expensive. You had to do an exam, and there are a lot of rules by the government which make it very hard to make money out of it. Now there's a new law. Since 2021, so very recently, you can use your drone commercially. And the same rules apply for recreational drone flying as for commercially drone flying. So now's the chance to make a company out of it. Secondly, there's a very tight housing market. This means that as a real estate agent, you have to stand out of other real estate agents because you have fewer houses to sell.
Yeah, and what we already did is we looked if we could find students who are willing to join our drone team. We already found 2 students who are willing to join the drone team. We already looked if we could find some interested real estate agencies, and we already found 3. So our next step is to expand our drone team. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Hi.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Cool. How are you going to coach the makelaars to use the film to proactively sell and not just comment on dirty roofs, missing roof tiles, drainage gutters that need cleaning?
Yeah, good question.
That's what they do right now, believe me.
Yeah, that's true. Well, what I have seen in the past is that the drone footage is combined with the footage from inside and from outside. And the way the drone footage is used is not just to view the house, but also to view the neighborhood. So you don't see that tile that is missing, you just see the neighborhood, you see the nice garden, you see all the surroundings. And if you add it on Funda, the potential buyers get a better picture of the house and the surroundings of it.
But it's a good question, and we thought about it. And what we're going to do is give the drone pilots a training so that everyone makes kind of the same videos, but the quality stays the same. So we're planning on really, involving the drone pilots as well.
And maybe a playbook for disinterested maculars.
Yeah. Good one. Thanks.
Cool, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah?
so what, oh, sorry. What about privacy? Are you just allowed to film the neighborhood? You know, just film random houses? Is it illegal?
Yeah, good question. With the new law, it is allowed to film the neighborhood, and of course there are privacy restrictions. For example, you can't film people when they are how do you say it? Where you can see who it is. But so you can mask them, for example. But if you keep distance, then it's fairly okay.
Because I would imagine you have to blur out like a lot of people's faces and stuff, so that's going to be complicated. But
Yeah, we're still thinking about it, but we also thought that if the drone pilot comes to the house, you knock on the neighbor's door and you say, hey, for half an hour we're going to film. It's legal, so you can, so you know that we're filming and you can, how do you say it in English? Rekening houden with it. Yeah. Yeah?
I was wondering what kind of real estate agents you guys were targeting, because at the moment, like in the Netherlands at least, houses aren't that listed that long on Funda. Like some are gone in like a couple of days, some in like a week. And so I feel like the most real estate agents don't really might not feel like it's necessary to take the extra step, because right now like every house is overbid by like a couple of thousand euros. So I was wondering if you have like if you have an idea who you're targeting exactly. Like, is it just the lower end market which is very saturated and it goes really fast, or like more of a mid-range?
Yeah, we thought about this as well, and you're completely right, because the housing markets, houses sell in a week. That's why we want to make a very flexible company that gives videos in a week. And to know which customer we want, we talked with a couple of real estate agents, because we already know that some real estate agents do this and they use drone footage. And they said, well, if you are in an area where there are a lot of old-fashioned real estate agents, you still want to have your listings. And they use the drone footage to get more listings. So they don't use it because you're right, they're gone within a week. So they don't use it for selling the house. Yeah, they do, of course, but it's not their main reasons to sell the house. It's their main reasons to stand out of the other agencies, because there are so many now that they have more competition with fewer houses. So they use it for the listings and not really as main reasons for selling the house.
Exactly.
I saw a question here.
What is the benefit of like working with people who already have drones versus doing this yourself? Because if you would do this yourself, you would have much more control over the quality of the videos and you could make it much more standardized. So why not do this?
Well, there is a problem. I get what you mean, because we could do it ourselves, but you have to travel a lot of time, because it's mostly about the houses in suburban areas and not in the cities, because in the cities, you don't really, you know what city it is, so you don't really have a need to know about the surroundings. So it's more about suburban areas, and we're planning on making, how do you call it, districts where drone pilots already live, so that they don't have to travel a lot. So if we'd have to go to the south of the Netherlands, we'd travel 2 hours, and then it's not very profitable to make the video. But if you have to travel, let's say half an hour, then you still earn 50 euros in an hour. So that's kind of what we're planning, and that's why we wanted to make the network.
Yeah.
I saw a question here for them.
Yeah, it relates a bit to his question, but I mean, you know, drones go in the air, they make video, you know, and then that's kind of the solution. So how did you determine that this problem that you now focus on is the best and commercially most interesting and sustainable problem to solve?
Well, in this tight housing market, there is still a need for drone footage. But I think when the housing market is going broader again, then there's especially more need for drone footage. So I think that's the trend we hop on. And also making use of the new law, the 2021 law. That's also like a trend you are hopping on. So for now, this is the most,
Obvious one, you would say.
we think.
Yeah. And when thinking about expanding the company, we wanted to, in Australia, there's a really nice company with drone footage, and they have such digital, how do you say it, improvements, that they can film a house and then make a 3D printed, how do you say it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
small scale model.
Small scale model out of it. So the advantage is that if you want to expand, there are a lot of options that are not used in the Netherlands right now, but they're used abroad. So you could implement those expandings for our company as well.
I think I have one observation. I would bounce back on what Vicky was saying earlier is about this. You could combine it with both having drones being used to promote a house, but also, you have technical inspections of homes.
Yeah.
Is this useful instead of having somebody climb a ladder, check the roof, if there are tiles? Would it be useful or not? I don't know. I mean, this is something you could look into because you can combine. Most real estate agencies do both. They sell and also they do the inspections.
Yeah.
Is that of use in any way? I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think if you set up the network, then you have a very nice basis. But first we want to target real estate agencies because from our experience that works. And I think we can as well expand in inspections and things like that. If you already have the network, then it's fairly easy.
Start with that next time.
Yeah.
In my experience, I've sold to real estate agencies, right? I mean, you have actually had experience with them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last observation. Go ahead.
Wondering, like the editing, do you guys do the editing in-house, or this is like just providing footage, sending it to like the editor from the real estate agent, or are you gonna do it in-house? Because I could imagine what I said previously with like the transaction time and the time you have to provide a video, that it might be a bit, might cost a lot of time to communicate with an editor, because I myself edit videos every now and again, and like the communication, sometimes it takes like 4 days before I get a reaction. And like if I make like a music video or something, like that doesn't matter because I have time. But I could mention that if you want to sell a house and your editor just doesn't react because you send it on a Thursday and he only checks in on Mondays till Thursday, you're just too late. So I was wondering if you're gonna do it in-house or if you're gonna work
Yeah.
with an editor.
Our plan is to do it in-house, but it depends on the real estate agency. Because sometimes they have editors themselves and you send raw footage, and sometimes you edit in-house. So it depends.
Alright, so you're
Yeah.
gonna get an editor also on board?
Yeah,
so
I
you
edit
can
footage a
yourself,
lot,
right?
so we
Yeah.
can manage that.
We're gonna probably make different starter packs. So if you pay this amount of money, you get raw material, so you can edit it yourself. And if you pay a bit more, then we edit it for you. So we're planning on different things, and also combining it with photos, because there is a makelaarsland. There they have very shitty pictures. So if we combine it with photos as well, then you can provide them of different packs that they want to.
All right. Thank you very much.